Hello, everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood Michael Ferraro, wishing you all a very happy Tuesday. It's 7:41 in the evening, and the day has already passed, and now we're going into the eve of this Tuesday. And what a beautiful day today was! It's September 22nd, 2015, and a lot of things unfolded in a very natural, beautiful way today. First off, I want to give my excitement about where I'm leading into next after this week's worth of classes. I'm taking online classes over at Everglades University for alternative medicine so I can get my Bachelor's of Science in Alternative Medicine. Sounds really nice, but what is really nice about it is that this school has provided me with books. This is my next semester. I start next week. Complementary and alternative medicine for health professionals. This looks really, really promising. I received another book today that actually made me more excited than any of the books I've received so far. New Dimensions of Women's Health. Actually, it's New Dimensions in Women's Health. This makes me very excited for there are more women in the world than there are men. And women get this beautiful gift of creation. They hold the baby and they bring life to us. And I honor all the women and all the men in this video right now. For without our masculine side, we will not have a feminine side. And without our feminine side, we will not have a masculine side. And we as men need to learn to accept that women are here to teach us men how to be compassionate. We need compassion. We need to remember that during this time. I also got this book, which I thought was kind of cool, Government by the People. Now, I'm supposed to be taking a political science class, I guess, eventually, but I've already taken that, and my credits will show once they get through, but in time and patience, I received this book, Government by the People and for the People, we the people. So, with that aside, I want to go into a statement of absolute gratitude for today and the lessons that I learned today and that I keep on learning. Trust and support is the theme of the moment for me. And I think it's a theme for all of us every single day of our life. Now, we have the categories of support and trust, and I see them in two columns. And if we look on an internal way, there are theories and philosophies, mainly in Hinduism and Ayurvedic medicine, that there is the masculine and the feminine in both sides of us. Both men and women have a masculine and a feminine side to us. I see that fall into the right brain hemisphere and the left brain hemisphere. I also see that in a beautiful technique that of psychology that I was so gracefully and gratefully shown in Durango, Colorado at the Access Health Group, that we have this diagram, and I need to start writing out these diagrams so that I can have like a chalkboard behind me and I can write them out and kind of get that going, but that's in time. So, on the right side we have the logical mind, and on the left side we have the emotional mind. And in today's culture of the society that I live in, I have been shown that men are very logical and women are very emotional. And now I'm seeing this merge of the two come together into one place. And in the middle of that, we have the rational mind, the wise mind, the center. We both have a balance, or we find a balance of our logic and our emotion. And that can fall into a whole lot of things. And the topics that we're going to use those theories into today's discussion is going to be the masculine and the feminine, trust and support. And I feel that both genders today are falling into the lack of trust and the lack of support of one another, and the lack of trust and lack of support of ourselves. Now, in a union between two people, we find that, well, in the old way of doing things, men were the providers of the family. Men went to work, and men brought the money, and men had to have their man cave, and manly men. And then the women were like, oh, please help me. And this was the old role. I gotta stay at home and take care of the kids. And I was told that I'm supposed to just, let my husband make all the decisions. And no, not anymore, everybody. We are now in neutrality of equality, balance, the wise mind. And if we look at the consciousness of mankind over the course of the years, we had a very, very powerful feminine era during the Egyptian times, and we have had a very powerful masculine era during these times that we're coming out of. And I feel that we're walking into equality, unity, the unified field of consciousness. And so, if we can be able to find our weak side, which will always be changing, we go back and forth from rational mind to logical mind, emotional mind to logical mind, and then we're always trying to find our center through the wise, rational mind. Now, every situation of every single day is going to provide an ability to practice these innate natural existence. Right now, we are all working so hard so that we can buy healthy food, so that we can buy a vacation. So, trust and support also lead into two definitions of need and want. So, if we trust unconditionally and we support unconditionally, then we will find that our needs and our wants redefine themselves within our practice of our wise mind, our logical mind, and our emotional mind. And if we find that we do have a community and we do have unity, we will be supported. And the only way that we can actually find support and feel supported is if we trust. Trust in the fact that everything is going to be all right. Trust in the fact that there is no higher power in the rule of commerce. There is no one percenter. There is no 99 percenters. What it is that we are giving our power away because we are getting distracted by our discussions and all our debates of who's right and wrong. So if we just decide that no one's right and no one's wrong, then we go into the state of the wise mind, which is the creative mind, and that creative mind has such an imagination of creation that we get to reflect, reuse, reduce, and recycle. We can find the solutions to the problems in the wise mind, and we will find our solutions only through love. Love is the most illogical and logical emotion and thought that we can have. For if we get addicted to love, then we find that we are creating a bondage. If we find that we're addicted to currency, then we will find that we're creating a bondage. If we find that we are addicted to our points of views and refuse to accept anything new, then we are in our own bondage. If we refuse to take on our own accountability and our own self-responsibility through our self-awareness, then we are in our bondage. We are all faulty human beings, and we are all diamonds in the rough, crafting our shape. And I definitely fell every single moment of every day. And I definitely have a great appreciation for my failures and my success. Now, I only give these videos out not because I'm preaching, not because I'm teaching, because I'm just giving out a message. So let's round up our 10-minute conversation that I'm having with myself, and hopefully to some other people out there in the cyber world, on how do we define trust? How do we define support? How do we define our masculine within ourselves, and how do we define the feminine in ourselves? How do we get from logical mind to emotional mind, and how do we find in the center the wise mind? I'd love to hear how you all have developed your own modalities of the balance. I'd love to hear stories. I would love for you to share your life, for I believe that we all have a life that we were born to live, and we can all share our moments. May peace be upon you, may love be upon you, and may the days and nights unfold in love, understanding, and trust. Peace out.